I thought I might have some help. I thought I might have some help with this. This is the next part of dealing with my studio move. I know it looks like I'm procrastinating again or just wanting to play with my dogs, but that's not what it is. You see this? This is the next part of dealing with my studio move. I started the studio move. I hate to say it, but it was really kind of the end of November, very first part of December, and I'm still working on it. As I've explained in the last few videos, I had a couple of things become obstacles. And there was a cabinet that goes here and a cabinet that I put on the other side of this table. I've got the other cabinet done. I allowed myself to go ahead and learn about the long arm, even though I knew that I had a big obstacle waiting for me at the end. Like these two cabinets and the rest of the organization of this space was on hold and really bothering me because I don't like messy spaces. But I allowed myself to dive in deep about the long arm. But I can't move forward anymore without getting this place into shape. I will just be building messes upon messes upon messes and be disorganized, and the space just isn't inviting whenever it's messy like it is right now. And I want it to be really inviting. I've got my seating area. Like I have a vision for what the space is going to look like. And to get there, I've got to build this cabinet. But I can't build that cabinet until I get my wiring all figured out. And I can't figure out what I am borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. In other words, I've got a lot of extension cords and stuff in this space, and I got to figure out just what I'm going to be lighting over here on this side. I'm pretty sure I've got it figured out now. And, you know, am I taking any of the cords or anything from that other side of the room over there? And that's where things are at the moment. I dug in deep on the long arm, but I can't get back to life as normal in the studio like I was when the studio was downstairs until I get over this tipping point and getting some of this major organization done. And that starts with the electrical, so I can get the cabinet in. It's not all about procrastination. So hi, my name is Dawn, and I am known as Dawn at the Lake. And this channel is as well. This channel is also called Lakeside Quilt Making Arts. There's 3 arms to what this channel is. There's the side that's just, about quilt making, exploring all the arts of that. I'm just a creative person, and I'm on a journey, and I love sharing that with you. And we get to talk about all things quilty there, and I love it. And then there's the other side that's not just about me. It's more so about us as a group, and that's Lakeside Legacy Makers, where we put together quilts. You guys send in some blocks and I put them together and we get them in the hands of pediatric patients on transplant waiting lists. And then there's a third part, and that is Quilters for Hire. I built another channel just to promote that because it is a commercial arm of what I do, and that is using the long arm, which is over there off camera. That's why I'm looking that way. And I didn't want to just run all my promotion on this channel because I don't want to wear you guys out with that. But if you will, go over there and give me a like and help me out there and share and, do some referrals to some folks. I greatly appreciate it. I am running a special right now. Will be for a little while, and that's 1.8 cents per square inch for new customers. I get to share what I'm doing for Quilter for Hire on this channel too, but that channel is going to be where I really promote that kind of thing. So that's what this channel is in a nutshell. It's a journey, This is just us together as a community, just seeing what a quilter's life is like. Transforming this space has been a big deal for me, and it's kept me out of the studio from being creative. And that's got to stop because, no, I don't know if you can see my shirt. Let me see if I can show it to you. This is on my store, but it says, just keep the needle moving, which is something I say all the time. But this says, quilters gotta quilt. And isn't that the truth? Well, I got to get back to that, and I can't get back to it unless I treat the foundation of creating this space properly. And that starts with the electrical and fire safety. I've got a lot going on in this room besides the 2 puppies who are wanting to be in my lap while I'm on the floor. So this one outlet, I've already put, see that? That's 2 different smart plugs on, but they're not your normal smart plug. I made sure I had them rated for what I'm going to be drawing off of them. And that's what I want to share with you guys. Oh my gosh, these puppies, nonstop. I mean, this one, she looks like she's a hound ready to go out bird hunting. but she is a diva princess, wants to be hugged and loved on constantly. Her name is Ruby. The other one is Betsy. Okay, I'm not just procrastinating, so we're going to get back around to the business at hand here. And that is this. Like I said, I needed to make sure that what I'm doing in this space is not going to catch the house on fire. And let me just say, I'm not an electrician. I'm not a fire safety specialist in any stretch of the imagination. I'm just somebody whose responsibility it is to make sure that I don't burn this place down. I don't burn up in it. I don't burn up my doggies. I think that'd be a terrible, terrible way to go. And I don't want to do that. And I don't want to deal with the fire or the hassle of any of that, right? I put a space heater in here, and I did some just initial daisy chaining of some power strips so that I could get enough things powered so I could have some light in here. Well, when I put a space heater on, it was shutting that down. So I realized I really needed to pay attention to the draw that I was putting on my outlet, on my cords, and on the smart plug. So I did my due diligence, and I made sure that what I was buying was rated properly. So this smart plug is rated for the draw that's going to be on it. There's going to be 3 different things on each of the 2 outlets. But in this back corner back here, I've got 9 different things that's going to be on it. So I don't only need the smart plug that has a higher than typical rating. I also need my extension cord to be higher than typical. And if there's any daisy chaining going on, which is not wise, then I need to make sure that's rated properly too. So I ended up getting 15 feet of outdoor lighting extension cord. It is 15 amp, and I felt like that was the best I could do if I'm going to be running my heater on it and all my lights. I've got 9 different lights over there, where the sewing machine and then everything else is lights over there. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing my heater to this. And this is all relevant because that cabinet that I need to build needs to cover up this outlet. And I don't want to have to move that cabinet once I get it built. So I really need these to be a high quality device so I don't have to worry about them dying on me and having to move that cabinet, because that's just disruption, right? Nobody needs that. So I did that due diligence. And another thing that we always need in our space when we get, we've got irons, and some of them are craft irons that get really hot and they don't have a turn off on them, things like that. When we do things like that, we need one of these. So I'm going to also, part of my fire safety for this space, I'm going to put this, I'm not sure just where yet, but I'm going to put it so that it would be relevant to this room. Of course, one of the nice things about these smart plugs is that you can control it by your phone. If you get downstairs and you're cooking or outside, or you go to the grocery store and you remember, oh, did I turn off my iron? Did I turn off the space heater? You can just go to your phone and turn everything off. You can also set everything to a schedule so that at 10 p.m. everything turns off. Or what I like to do is actually it turns off a couple times during the day in case I forget. And then, it's inconvenient at times, but all I got to do is tell my Alexa to turn it back on, or pick up my phone and turn it all back on. I don't have to go and turn on the switch for everything. I don't have everything on that is going to one plug because I don't want everything to turn on at once. But I have a lot of things that are more inconvenient to reach to turn on. I have those things that are triggered by I just leave those devices on, and whenever the outlet is switched on, then those things just come on. But you don't want the full load all at once, right? So I just hope this gives you guys some thought for what you're doing here. I'll probably update you again once I get things finalized, because this side of the room is not so worrisome for me. It's that side in that back corner that it's got so much going on. The outlet on that far wall is for the long arm, and I don't want anything else on it. I want just the long arm on that. That surge protector needed to have a certain draw on it as well. I have a Handy Quilter, a Mara 20, and so I went to the Handy Quilter site, and they said what kind of a surge protector you need to get. I think it was at 2,000 joules. There's also an option of getting a, I forget what it's called right now, I'll put it on the screen, but it has a battery bank in it so that if you lose power or something, you have time to shut down your machine properly. Now, you don't want to run these machines in a storm or anything, so you want to completely disconnect your machine from any of your electrical devices whenever you leave for the day. So I just want to get in the habit of that for sure. But being able to turn that off, put that on a smart plug so that just in case I forget and I have the option of turning it all off is a good idea. I'm a big proponent of fire safety and us being responsible in our spaces. Now that I have procrastinated sufficiently, I am going to go and start building the cabinet that goes right here. Would you look at that? Looks like I made some progress, doesn't it? There's only one little glitch. There's a top piece that should go right up there. Guess what piece is missing? Unless it's hiding in plain sight somewhere, all those boards right there to the right are shelves, and I've looked through them in case there's something missing. I've looked everywhere where I think I have any pieces. So I'm going to have to build this cabinet without a top, which is not the end of the world. I'd have to go and get a piece of wood cut those dimensions. I can finish. Do you hear the frustration building in my voice? My gosh, I really thought I was going to get this thing done without any more new glitches, but nope, major new glitch. It's okay. Get all this done and get both of those things loaded up with fabric, and I can get the rest of this space claimed and we can get back to having fun.